Hello. Yesterday, day one, we worked on the 5 things that you need to know about a complete sentence, so I want to review those with you. Remember that your complete sentences are going to need to start with a capital letter, have ending punctuation, have a subject, have a verb, and then they need to make sense. So always remember to be using those 5 pieces when you continue to work on this strategy. So today we're going to do day 2. Day 2 is where we're going to learn the PEN strategy, and you will use this in all your sentence writing. Actually, it will help you out with classes that you have right now and classes if you go to college that you may have in college. So I will go through each of the steps here. Step 1 of the PEN strategy is that you're going to pick a formula. So if you look here on the right side, you have different formulas that you can pick. And we're going to be focusing on simple sentences right now. When we get to the middle of the semester, we'll start working on compound, and then complex sentences. So right now we're going to be working on the formulas that are these first top 4. Simple sentences. SV, which would be a subject verb, SSV, which would be 2 subjects and a verb, SVV, which is a subject and 2 verbs, and then 2 subjects and 2 verbs. So those are going to be the different formulas that we're going to be working on. So it's very important for you to first pick your formula when you're working on sentences. Then the next thing that you're going to do whenever you're writing is you're going to want to explore words to fit the formula. So you're going to pick that formula in step 1, and then you're going to explore words that will work in your sentences with whatever idea that you're working on. So you have to think those words out loud before you actually write them down. So then we get to step 3, and step 3 is note the words. And note the words means that you're going to write the words that you've chosen. So I just put over here on the right side here, keep calm and write something. Once upon a time we had typewriters, which is what is there. Now you would be writing with your computer laptop probably. But we would then, once we've done the first 2 steps, we would then be at the point where we would be writing that sentence down. Remember that you need to have a subject and a verb in the sentence. And you need to make sure that it makes sense. You need to end with punctuation, start with a capital letter like we've talked about before. And then we are at the 4th step, which is to search and check. And this step actually has 4 parts to it. We are just going to learn 3 parts today. And so the first part we're going to learn today is that you want to, this is actually a proofreading type step. You're going to ask yourself, is there a verb? So you're going to want to look at the sentence that you wrote and see if you came up with an action verb or one of the mind verbs that we talked about before, when we talked about this yesterday. Then you're going to want to root out the subject, which means that you're going to ask yourself who or what did that verb. So did that action, and so you want to make sure that you can answer that question. And then you're going to want to do those other steps that we talked about yesterday, which is key on the beginning. Make sure that you have a capital letter at the beginning, that you have punctuation at the end, and then read your sentence so that it has a meaning, so that it makes sense. So here are the 4 steps. If you look at the beginning of the steps, they spell the words PENS, so that can help you remember the strategy. So if you look there, we have step 1 is P, step 2 is E, step 3 is N, and step 4 is S for PENS. Once again, step 1 is pick a formula. 2 is explore words to fit the formula, so you're not writing yet, you're just thinking about the words. Step 3 is to write the words, note the words, so write them down. And then step 4 is to search and check. So making sure that you go back to those 5 points that we discussed yesterday, making sure that you have a subject and a verb, and then making sure that your sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with punctuation, and then reading the sentence to make sure it makes sense. So we're going to go through some practice ones just like we did yesterday. So thank you for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing your assignment when it's done. Thank you.